keep weight off this rope comes coming out the cam cleat. And that's what's holding me up here. It's not a good feeling when it pops out. All right, we're getting there. Okay, I've got about 3 more feet. I have a safety line on here. This is my topping lift. And so in case something fails, hopefully it'll hold me, or at least slow me down if I fall. The best thing to do if you're afraid of heights is just look what's right in front of you. Don't look around too much. Don't look down. I don't have a problem looking down. I get dizzy when I look up. That's what really bugs me, looking up. Okay, I got about 2 more feet, and then I can tie this off and start working on this. Almost there. A couple more times. I'll have it. Okay. I think one more pull and I'll get it. I want to be. That's good right there. Okay, now I'm going to tie this off. Oh, I hate going with no hands. It's an awful feeling. Okay, just gonna pull this around. And that keeps the weight off the cam cleat. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay, I should be able to work from here now. Now, see if I can get hold of this here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hang here while I'm doing this. My ass situated. Okay, that's not bad right there. Maybe if I pull my safety line up, it'll hold me in closer. Yeah. Okay, now. God, I wish that frickin' sideshow wasn't going on. Oh no. Just kind of not getting anything loose here. Kind of flatten it down. I hate letting go. It's not a good feeling. Not be holding on. Okay. Just anything that's going to chip loose, I'll get it now. I don't mind a little mariachi music. Except the only thing is it makes me hungry. When I hear mariachi music, I get hungry. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to do a little sanding. At any rate, I'm up here first time in a bosun chair, and I rigged this myself. It's just made out of some sailing blocks and different pieces. I got these little pins that are holding me here, so my life's dangling by these little pins. I do have a safety line right here. And that's my topping lift line. But I got that rope, that blue and white rope around. I come up here to check out where this paint was coming loose. I was worried that there might be some dry rot. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is it right here. And this is the problem. I had some paint chipping off here. And so I got to paint this. It looks bad. And so I want it to look good. So let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm going to take this screwdriver and, oh, this is good. Yeah, it's making a little bit of mark, but it feels pretty solid. I think it's dry rot. It's just a little soft on the edge, outside edge, like my boom. Now this is a skinny little awl here. This, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, this is definitely not dry rot. So there's no dry rot here at all. It's not going in. This is a really sharp awl too. I mean, if that sucker was rotted, it would go right in there. So this is really good news. No dry rot. It's just a little soft on the outside, but my boom's the same way. But it's not dry rot. So that's awesome. So I should just be able to put a little paint on here and be good to go. Do a little more sanding on it. Just a little touch-up paint on here. I'm just gonna paint the areas that are exposed, maybe with a little bit of overlap, but not much. And these masts are going to have to be repainted or either stripped down and varnished or oiled. Of course, if I oil them, I'll have to come up here and do it every month, and I don't think I want to do that. So it'll either be paint or preferably new masts that are made out of aluminum. But yeah, okay, good enough. Now I'm going to do some painting. Okay, so here we are. Doesn't look that great, but at any rate, it's coated now and sealed. It wasn't dry rot. I was really worried about that. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it is what it is, like they say. As it dries, it'll flatten out a little more. And so, at any rate, here we are, San Leandro Marina. That's where the sideshow was. It's cleared off now. You can see the bay out there in the distance. And here I am way up here. And there's my boat way down there. And there's my camera down there on the dock looking up at us. Or at me, I'm the only one. One thing I am going to miss is I'm here by the Oakland International Airport, and so I'm going to miss the planes flying in. I'm so used to them. You know, they don't bother me at all. And there they go, going into Oakland International. I think it's runway 28, and that's where they land. That's where all the big jets land. And at any rate, so we'll have a little look around here while I'm still up here. To kind of a panoramic, nice and slow. And down there was where my old boat was, in the middle of the dock there where those seagulls are. I was in H15, now I'm in H1. And as you can see, the marina's pretty empty. Everybody's moving out of here. They pulled a lot of boats out of here that were abandoned. And pretty much all the rest of them that are here are not abandoned now. So And a lot of these people like me are looking for a place to put their boats, and probably just like me, having a very difficult time. All the marinas are full, and it sucks. I really love this place because one of the things I love about it is the restaurants. Over there is El Torito's, and it's so nice to go over and just walk on over and have a margarita and have my favorite chili rellenos and cheese enchilada and rice and beans and a great big huge Dos Equis in a schooner glass, a great big huge like 24-ounce glass. And I don't have to drive and just walk back over here to the boat. It was great, and I'm going to miss that. Down here is the San Leandro Yacht Club, which is fallen apart. It's been abandoned for a couple years now. And then over here is another restaurant I like to go to sometimes. It's Horatio's, and they have like it's surf and turf, and I like their fettuccine dishes. They had some really good shellfish fettuccine. Used to be really good, but since the pandemic, the meals aren't as fancy as they used to be. And over there's the Marina Inn. So, and looking down is the back of my boat. There's my dinghy and my mizzen boom. And there's the cockpit down there. Okay, I guess it's time to come down. I am kind of having fun up here. For someone that used to be terrified of heights, I've gotten used to it again. When I was really young, I used to be not afraid of heights at all. I climbed up one of those huge transmission towers that have the big, they carry those big 6 lines of AC power that's probably about, I don't know, between 200 and 400,000 volt lines. And I climbed all the way to the top of one of those before. When I was young. Pretty crazy. I wouldn't advise doing that. Those lines put off a lot of electromagnetic energy, which is not good for you. But I survived it, and at any rate, so yeah, I'm pretty used to heights again. There was a time when I was working in the Central Valley on a research farm. I worked there 19 years, and flatlander, and never got up more than like 3 feet off the ground, or maybe a little higher than that. Some of our tractors were pretty big. I used to drive pretty big tractors, and but one day the bell for the telephone that we had on the outside of the building wasn't working, and any rate, the bell on the outside of the shop at the research farm, the telephone bell stopped working. We had a bell out there so we could hear it out in the field. And my boss told me, get a ladder and go up there and see what's wrong with it. And it was only about 12 feet up. And I got about halfway up the ladder and I started shaking. That's how afraid of the heights I was. And it was really unexpected because, I wasn't afraid of heights. And then all of a sudden I just developed this fear. And I find that the best thing to cure it is just get up in high places, and I get over it pretty quick. Looking down doesn't bother me. They say don't look down. I don't have no problem looking down. What really bothers me is looking up, because when I look up, I get dizzy. And I think part of that was because of that transmission tower that I climbed. There was white puffy clouds that day. Beautiful blue sky with these white puffy cotton ball clouds. And as I was climbing up, when you get towards the top of those towers, the ladder goes straight up. And that's the scariest part. And I'm climbing up this ladder, and the clouds are moving. But it doesn't look like the clouds are moving. It looks like the clouds are standing still. And it felt like the weight of my body was making that tower fall over backwards. And it was really scary. I mean, I was getting weak. I was could barely hold on. I thought I was going to fall to my death. And but like I said, I definitely would not recommend doing that. If you want to get into climbing, learn how to rock climb and maybe get an instructor and climb up those practice walls. And but But if you're going to get a sailboat, just be warned that there are times when you're going to have to go up the mast, and you know, it's not something that most people look forward to. I know that most sailors don't like going up the mast. You know, I'm not real crazy about it myself. But yeah, if you're going to get a sailboat, just be warned, if it's a big boat like this, that yeah, there are times you're going to definitely have to go up the mast, and there's just no two ways about it. Now, when you're in a marina and the wind's not blowing too hard, it's not too bad. But when you're out in the ocean and you have to go up, it can be really bad. So, at any rate, so this is it. One more look at the paint job here, and it's leveling out pretty good. I think I got pretty good coverage, and it should get me through another couple years before another year or two anyway, before I probably have these masts lifted out and either repainted or maybe replaced with aluminum. I'd like to have in-boom furling. Unfortunately, I cannot do that with this boat because these masts, both of them, this is a catch rig that has two masts, they're raked back, which means they lean back. They're not straight up and down. They're actually tilted back aft. And there's no way boom furling can work. It rolls up like a window shade in the boom, and because of that angle of the mast tilting back, it's not a 90-degree angle to the boom, so it wouldn't work. At any rate, sounds like we got another sideshow going on over here. Or just a car going by. Yeah, just leaving. Good. So at any rate, okay, I'm coming down now. I've had enough fun for one day. There he goes.